Good.
Mhm.
All right, visitors want to speak?
No, I'm good too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's been forever.
all right. Reading and approval of the minutes,
I move with approval, man. Second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, treasurer,
So there's, the bills are pretty standard month to month. The only two out of the ordinary things are a small expense that was, for making copies of the office key. And then a reimbursement to Mr. Reinflush to purchase the folding chairs. Everything else is
and
normal.
let it record reflect the resolve for Jonathan.
It was so that the chair of the legislature did not have to say that.
Yeah. Glad that made it. You're gonna send the county
So
the
we
bill
need-
now, right?
Pardon?
You're gonna send the county the bill? I thought Laser went with me.
No, we're not like that.
We just need a motion for the bills.
Motion for the bill,
Move it. Second.
any discussion? We just did the bills.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. All right, our favorite part of the whole meeting, Mike?
All right.
Do you want me to do the budget?
Oh, I'm
report?
sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yes, no, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna skip right ahead of you.
Yeah.
So the only things I wanted to point out on the financial reports, they're pretty similar to last month. But I just wanted to point out that the Key Lake National Bank money market account is still providing a really, a notable level of interest. This in June, the CCIDA gained over $12,000 of interest, so that's still performing very well for you.
Yeah, thank goodness for Cuba Life, huh? Anything
That's all?
else? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, now our favorite part.
Okay, so as always, we have my written report, but I do have some walk-on updates here and promise to be brief from the project admin time. A couple of quick updates here. As always, we do have Kevin Lowkey to give us an update for the labor monitoring for the Sterling Solar project. We're continuing to march forward in closing the sale of property to Sunburn Sales. And that should hopefully be wrapped up within the next month or two here. On the land front, I did follow up with DOT on the signal study there. They did not provide concrete timing on it. They'll just keep me informed as they go through this process. It's likely going to be a couple of months. If I had to guess, and what else I can add on the land is that with Mr. Marshall's help, we're seeking external advice and leadership and interest and inquiry to the former PowerX site over in the town of Aurelius there. So hopefully we have a positive update on that going into next month. From the stakeholder engagement side there, some of the notable items I wanted to bring up is it sounds as if there's good progress on the housing market study. I believe that passed last night, so that should get kicked off fairly soon there. So looking forward to that, as well as our contribution towards it. From the Regional Economic Development Council, we're working on our annual plan, which has to be completed later this year. And we're also working on our Achieve Pitch competition as well, looking to share some updates on that in coming months. But we're really looking as a region to focus on one of our key assets, and what I can share on that will really be distilled as waterways. So stay tuned for some updates on that there. Some other brief updates to share. Had a chance to meet with the Seneca County LDC chair. They were interested in learning some best practices, excuse me, from Pierre County. So pleasure to sit down with him over this last week. That was Jerry good enough. And had a chance to sit down with David Botar earlier this week, and then again this morning on county updates and regional updates. So very good to reconnect with him. on that from an operational standpoint. What you do have in your packet here specifically from review of the governance committee is updates to our UTEP with a very specific focus on large scale renewable projects. As most of you know, we have been working to also build out a larger conference room. That's right next to us here. Take a peek if you haven't. That should be ready for our August board meeting. So looking forward to that. And that is largely it. So happy to take any questions for that. So, thank you.
Nice job, Mike. Unfinished business.
Kevin, the floor is yours.
All right, good afternoon. So I have our report for the NYUSLE Sterling Station Road 1 LLC project, covering all of the June data on that project. The total monthly Cayuga compliance was 0%. The total monthly local area compliance was also 0%. Total monthly of other NYS residents was 25%, and monthly non-New York State residents was 75%.
Thanks, Kevin. I'd like to add to Kevin, one of the items we discussed over the last month was our local labor policy as well as our mitigation payment. I did ask Kevin, because of the work his firm does across the state, to share some of his insights to what other counties have crafted for their local labor policy. So I'm looking to bring that to the governance committee ahead of a regular board meeting. We can either set one up, but there's also another one coming up in September. But some of the data Kevin provided, I think, really should be considered as we're evaluating our local labor policy, as well as what we charge for mitigation payments as well.
Which was the project he does?
So the project he's speaking about is the public hearing you and I went to up
In Sterling?
yes, in Sterling. So small scale up there, it was about a 2 megawatt project, very small, but with some of the larger ones that we're aware of coming on board, I think that's where we're going to want to probably push for greater compliance to either the policy as it is or what we may adapt it to be.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Kevin.
Anything else, Mike?
No.
All right, let's go to the UTEP then. And I think that's all been circulated to everyone.
Mhm.
And I talked to a few folks individually. Any questions?
Sorry.
That's all right. I found it.
Yeah. We have a motion?
So moved. I second, I have a couple of questions.
Sorry, discussion?
What are the major changes between?
Yeah, it's mostly of just a few sections. You have the highlighted copy?
It is, so in the packet, there's the resolution and it's also a copy of the UTAP. And what Tracy did for us is she specifically left the areas that were highlighted within it. And to distill what it more or less says based on the discussion we had and what Justin was able to incorporate into it, is it really separates out large scale renewable projects, excess of 25 megawatts, and puts greater conditions and negotiating power back into the IDA, as well as working with Capusa on any contemplated projects, as well as enhanced oversight for exactly this item I'm looking at right now, section 4, provision of enhanced decommissioning bonds oversight above and beyond ORES requirements. So that puts another layer on that we haven't had in the past. So it's really beefing up what our policy is from these projects.
And I think the thought is these large solar projects, we're not seeing that they generate any construction jobs, and they're not generating any long-term jobs. So we're trying to put some clauses in there so we can get more benefit to the county. That's the main push of it.
And that's what we should have.
Yeah, I think so. That's what we've just discussed the last few months. Anybody else?
I'm curious to know why we're singling out projects above 25 megawatts, ORES projects are bigger. What if a project comes in at 15 megawatts and is strongly opposed by the local community? Don't we want absolute discretion under those circumstances as well?
We still have discretion, yes.
Well, the additions to Justin added language in here saying that ORES project, we have absolute discretion to review or reject any application. I'm not sure that that language is also included for things under 25 megawatts. So that's one question I have. And I like the more flexibility this board has. I think better we can serve our constituents. So I like the, don't get me wrong, I like the addition. I think it's smart.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know with like, if it's an ORES project, everybody's objecting to ORES because we all lose our local autonomy, which
Yes.
I get that. But what about that 15 megawatt or that 20 megawatt project in Sempronius that is hotly opposed? I've said to this board before, and it's still my position, that anytime the local boards come out in opposition of a project and the IDA then works with a developer in contravention of the local concerns, I think we're doing a disservice to the community. And I know our jobs are job creation and bringing funds in, funding mechanisms in to power our job creation. But we know that these renewable projects, there's not a lot of job creation. It's the money that comes in. The money is important to the IDA, but is the money more important than the local concerns if it's hotly opposed? So I still have the same objections, and I can be outvoted, that's fine, but I want to voice it on the record.
Well, here's one of the things that I found. We're in a precarious position because our job is, as you said, to bring in jobs if possible or gain revenue. The problem is we have a balancing act, we're also a ping pong ball between the contractor and the state. Because if they don't do this, the state gets their way. And their contribution to local is nothing per se. It's a token amount, but it's terrible. So, and you're right in asking questions. Where do we want to live in that? I mean, are we trying to negotiate and come with something, including the municipalities? I don't know if they understand the position that we're in. Because the state's gonna come in and say, there's the formula.
On the ORES problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally for that. I like that. My question is on this, not quite big enough to be ORES, but say it's a wind project in Sterling up by Fairhaven. And people that are Lakers, they're hotly opposing it. How the hell we're not Madison County, we're not Lowville. But it's the nameplate is much less than, it's not an ORES project.
Right.
So the local community is completely against it. The board has voted unanimously and they come to the IDA and we're still handing them benefits. Shouldn't we have absolute authority over any size project? Is there something, Justin, I wonder, that prevents an IDA from having that similar language to the non-ORES projects?
Oh, not at all. And I think it's a fair point. As a suggestion, and if we're gonna make some adjustments today on motion, that's fine. That absolute discretion sentence could be put at the top of all renewable energy projects. So you can accept or reject anything based upon how you feel or how the local community feels. I'll note that anything under the ORAS threshold at 25 megawatts is generally subject to local site plan and planning board jurisdiction, or if there's a lack of a local code, it would be a special use permit at the town board level. So if there's, very little support and they're not going to get a permit, there's no sense in applying to you anyway, quite frankly, because they don't have a project to pursue. But I do think it's a fair point and could be easily adjusted that you're going to reserve discretion on accepting any form of application for renewable projects. And that gives you a policy statement, and that's, you're broadcasting to the development community and your local taxpayers that you're going to reserve discretion in all events. So you don't get into a situation where you might have done some community level solar, you already have, and then you decide not to accept an application. There could be some risk there or Article 78 exposure. You'll now put it in a policy that it's completely up to you. You have 7 members, and depending on the support within, the U7 sitting in the room, you're either going to accept something or not. That's perfectly fine.
Well, we can always make more additions later. Let's consider the document on the table, and then if you have something that you want to write up, town meeting, we could review it.
Just what Justin said, I think if we have absolute discretion over any application, it provides this board maximum flexibility. I think it's smart. I don't think there's any downside for the IDA.
I agree, and it'd be an easy amendment.
Well, we've got to get that language together.
Right.
So let's pass this, and then, at the next meeting or so, we can look at that amendment. Because I think it behooves us to get this done before anything happens.
We can't just make an amendment to this.
I'd be willing to amend the motion to adopt this with the caveat that Justin provide the adjustments to the language that is agreeable to the chairman.
Can we approve it without the language, Justin?
Yeah, it's up to you. You can amend the motion, and literally it's just copying that same sentence to the top of that section. That's not a hard adjustment. I defer to you folks on how best to proceed.
All right, so we'll do that, and then we'll leave it up to me and Justin to craft the language. Or if there's something you specifically would
No,
like.
that's all I had. I think it's great for the IDA, and I'd be happy to make a motion to amend the UTEP as drafted with the condition that the IDA has absolute discretion to accept or reject any application rather than just ORES or large, the ORES threshold. That would be my motion to amend.
Wording to that effect.
Whatever, Justin. Yeah, like he says, I think it's pretty simple.
I'll second that.
All right, so any further discussion on the amendment? All in favor? You want roll call on that, or do you?
We're actually gonna do a resolution on the amendment itself.
Yes.
On that.
Yeah, there was the amended motion with the second. Everyone voted in favor. Any
Oh, there was
nays?
a vote on that?
Yes,
Sorry.
sorry, yeah, it was pretty quick. But it's unanimous. Well, you're gonna abstain? Okay, one abstention.
That's on the motion alone.
All right, and then can we have a roll call on the
I move we approve the as amended.
second?
Second.
All right, roll call, Mike?
Okay. We still have to do the resolution, but just for the motion itself, Mr. Rhineflesh,
Yes.
Mr. Shea,
Abstain.
Mr. Blair,
Aye.
Mr. Marshall,
Yes.
Mr. Skank,
Aye.
Spino is absent, and Mr. Casper.
Aye.
Okay. And ready.
The resolution.
Yeah. Justin, do I have to read the full resolution?
No, you're fine. You have it in your packet and it's moved.
Thanks, we prefer not.
Okay.
Brevity's good. I like it.
All right, I'll be quick then. So authorizing resolution, adopting amendments, the uniform tax exemption policy, resolution of the Cayuga County IDA, adopting amendments to the agency's uniform tax exemption policy. We'll have that in the packets. If there's a motion to accept,
Motion. Did David second? Herbie, any further discussion? All right, Mike?
okay, roll call again, Mr. Rindfleisch,
Yes.
Mr. Shea,
Same.
Mr. Blair.
Aye.
Mr. Marshall,
Yes.
Mr. Skank,
Aye.
and Mr. Casper.
Aye.
Passes.
All righty. The service agreement, should we do that in executive session?
If you would like to have discussion, the agreement itself has a resolution with it, so. Leave it up to you on the board.
It will be preferred executive session for that. Yes, no? No? All right. You gotta get the resolution in your packet. So do we have a motion?
So move.
Second?
Okay. The resolution is drafted here.
I'm sorry, who was the second?
Well, that's me. Sorry.
So authorizing resolution, authorizing a development services agreement with the Cayuga County Public Utility Services Agency. Resolution of the Cayuga County IDA, one, authorizing a development services agreement with the Cayuga County Public Utility Services Agency, and two, appropriating funding in furtherance of same. Is there a motion? All right.
All right, any discussion?
We discussed for 3 months the appointment of the public director. Where are we with the appointment of the director?
That's up to Capusa to do that.
My view is without a director, I'm not supporting giving any money to them. I think that Wusa has a lot of problems right now. They're not legal in any number of things that they are doing. And
Let's go into an executive session, please.
Motion.
Second? All in favor? No, you guys can stay. Any further discussion? You want to do a roll call, Michael?
Sure. Mr. Rindfleisch,
Yes.
Bob. Mr. Blair,
Just clarification, this is a motion to approve the resolution as submitted, right? Aye.
Mr. Marshall,
No.
Mr. Skank,
I
that's absent, Mr. Casper.
Right. Land committee update is something we need to discuss, or?
Now, Mike and I, last time I brought up land thing,
Well, if it's anything specific, we need to go into.
I got
executive
yelled
session.
at by not having an executive session, but it's
And
not my
why-
place
and
to
why
call
please
executive
don't?
session.
Well, we're gonna discuss something specific.
I'm not, I would not call this, it's the General Electric place, which you and I talked about. I talked with,
Let's go into the executive session.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
I'm sorry, who was the motion on the? Second.
I think David and I
Okay.
could have been the other way,
Great.
and forget things. Do we have any motions or actions out of that? Nope. All right. We got that done. We've done our executive sessions. ABO training. I know the alcohol is the DO.
Oh, no.
Huh?
That's the authority's budget office.
Who's missing?
Who's missing?
Yeah,
I think we're, we can follow up on that, but yeah, that's what I
Are we
think.
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you did. No, you did. I know you did. No, you did. I know you did. Bob, I'm pretty sure you did. I know Gina did, so.
Oh, okay.
all right,
Although the board at one point did say that it was good if members updated every 3 years, I think it was.
4 years, that's.
But that's an internal policy.
any other business anybody wants to bring up? Second, all in favor, please rise.
Get out.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you for
Thanks, guys.
attending.
Take care.
Have a great night.
Really good company.
You too.
Thank you, everybody.